Again, the best is fighting the best, and Crawford dared to be great, and this is one of the ways you do it, and you tell the world, watch.
What do we just milk? What are we milking this dumb shit for? Think about how much money you could pump into boxing with great matchups.
But to go in there and to let him know, establish that from the first round, that I belong without showing that I am tough. I earned my position to be here. Crawford right now is on a different planet. And most rematches.
September 13th, 2025 will be remembered in boxing history. Terence Crawford, who once fought as a lightweight, now stood in Las Vegas with his arm raised in triumph, having defeated the undisputed super middleweight champion, Canelo Alvarez. The arena was stunned. Commentators were at a loss for words. But one man at ringside had seen it coming all along. He had predicted this outcome months earlier.
Does he win? Can he beat him? Can he beat Canelo? Is his skill so much that he's able to bridge the weight classes?
He has a legitimate chance. Over 60% for his mind. If you say, Bernard, give me a number.
Give me a number.
He has an 85+ chance to beat Canelo. Why? He's not going in there to prove something, which will fall into Canelo's hand. He would love for him to prove something. That means you will stay there and try to prove something. But to go in there and to let him know, establish that from the first round, that I belong without showing that I am tough. I earned my position to be here. And I want to show you, even though you're being stubborn, that your time not only have came, but it's gone. He ain't going to surrender and say, I'll slow it up, so I'm going to act like it. No, he has to be shown. And it has to be early.
Bernard Hopkins, the legendary strategist, didn't just foresee Crawford's victory. He mapped out exactly how Canelo would be undone. While the world focused on weight classes and raw power, Hopkins noticed something deeper. He recognized a trap carefully laid, one that Canelo unknowingly stepped into. Now, as talks of a rematch heat up, Hopkins is back with a fresh warning. And if his previous prediction is any indication, Canelo Alvarez could be facing the most critical challenge of his career.
Where does Canelo go from here, Henry?
He needs to rematch. If I'm Canelo, I want to rematch Terence Crawford. He got schooled, bro. He got outboxed, dude, by Terence Crawford. And I know that he's itching to get that one back. The first time he fought Triple G, and he came back the second time, and he legit beat Triple G.
Once in a lifetime fight. It doesn't need to be a rematch. I think Bud would do worse the next fight. He would put it on Canelo a little worse than that, because that style of fight, I don't think he beats someone like Terence Crawford. But if I'm Terence Crawford, of course I'll fight him again. But this time, I'm the A side. I think Terence Crawford is going to be more confident next time, knowing that I can punch with this guy. I can take his shot. I'm faster.
He fought Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
He didn't do what the last dude did, just run. He threw at him. I'm going to call your bluff, bro. I'm going to fight.
Understand why Hopkins is so confident in Crawford winning a potential rematch. You have to pay attention to his analysis of the trap. Even before the first bell rang in September, Hopkins warned that Canelo was thinking in checkers while Crawford was thinking in chess. Many fans dismissed it as old-school hype, but watching the fight again, his prediction looks eerily precise. Hopkins pointed out that Canelo had leaned on his strength and power for so long that he had forgotten how to face a truly technical fighter.
So that's one from me, Canelo Crawford. Obviously, Terence just rocked up there. What do you make of his chances against the man you worked with for many years?
Great chance. He have a great chance because of his heart, his talent, and also his game plan and his strategy. But Canelo is no pushover. I've watched Canelo for multiple years. Again, the best is fighting the best. And Crawford dared to be great. And this is one of the ways you do it. And you tell the world, watch, pay attention, and watch me make history. I will be one of those watching amongst millions of other.
Crawford didn't simply overpower Canelo. He outsmarted him. Hopkins highlighted that throughout all 12 rounds, Crawford stayed several moves ahead, slipping into positions Canelo thought were open, only to disappear before a punch could land. This wasn't just evasive movement, it was masterful distance control, something rarely seen in modern boxing. Hopkins refers to it as the illusion of availability, forcing Canelo to throw his hardest shots at a target that was never truly there.
If this fight ends up going down, it's going to be a long, long night for Canelo Alvarez. Terence Bud Crawford has already figured out Canelo Alvarez. He already figured him out, he beat him down, and he learned that he can take his power, and on top of that, Canelo was hurt a couple of times by Bud Crawford. If you're Bud Crawford heading into this fight, you have not a single worry in the world. You know what you're capable of doing, you know that you can go out into that ring, and you could put a beating on Canelo Alvarez, and might I even say this, Bud Crawford has a chance of stopping Canelo Alvarez if they do the ring.
Garcia fighting for the WBC 147 title against Mario Barrios. What do you think?
A good fight to test both guys, especially Ryan, on what they're going to do next after this fight. Ryan by knockout.
Ryan by knockout. That's big. Now,
Ryan by knockout.
That's a big prediction.
Ryan,
you know him.
Ryan by knockout.
This leads to the most fascinating part of Hopkins' analysis, the idea of mental fatigue. We often measure stamina in physical terms, miles run, rounds sparred. But Hopkins believes what Canelo experienced in that fight wasn't physical exhaustion. It was a mental drain. Picture the frustration of pursuing an opponent for 36 minutes, only to connect with nothing but empty air.
Canelo Crawford rematch. Canelo Crawford rematch. No, thank you. Why? It wasn't a good fight. The first time, I told you he was going to get dominated. The first time, he got dominated, and there's no reason for a rematch. What are we just milk? What are we milking this dumb shit for? Think about how much money you could pump into boxing with great matchups if you took the money from a Canelo Crawford rematch and the money from Jake Paul and AJ, combine it together. You could fund boxing super fights for like 5 years. You could fund, really, you really could. Think about the matchups you could make with that kind of money. You could just fund all kinds of crazy, great matchups. And the fighters would all fight each other because there'd be enough money. And you wouldn't have to pay anybody $90 million. Think about that. Think about that. No, instead we're going to make one useless fight, another useless fight. I don't know.
There was some big news in boxing yesterday. Canelo said he wants a rematch with Crawford. What does Canelo have to do in the rematch, Bia?
We didn't do last time.
Which is what?
Win.
That's all. Simple as that. Crawford's very talented.
Crawford right now is on a different planet. And most rematches normally wind up the same. Statistically wise. I don't see anything different.
Hopkins drew parallels to his own iconic battles against fighters like Roy Jones Jr. He explained that when a boxer swings a power shot and misses, it depletes energy far faster than when a punch connects. By the 8th round, Canelo appeared sluggish, weighed down, and uncertain. According to Hopkins, this wasn't about age. It was the moment he realized he couldn't crack the puzzle. In a rematch, that mental mark doesn't fade. It only intensifies.
And listen, I mad respect for Canelo. It always will.
You always have been. You've been very
listen, it always will be. But Crawford has an opportunity to continue to keep sticking it to the people that didn't.
World champion,
whether it was
the pride of Broward County, Florida.
Politics over here, politics over there. We get a chance to show what we, or the boxing fans in the world, almost came that close to not seeing that talent as he continued to keep telling everyone that he wanted to fight the best years ago. Go all the way back to top rank. All the way up to here.
Well, he did it.
Do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
He got a chance to show.
He got a chance and he proved himself. That's in life, we just want the opportunity.
After the decision was announced, Hopkins made a statement that quickly went viral. He didn't just declare Crawford the top fighter of the era. He compared him to Michael Jordan. It's a bold comparison, but his reasoning makes sense. Hopkins noted that Jordan dominated not merely through athleticism, but because his fundamentals were flawless, allowing him to excel against anyone, anywhere, at any time. At 38, Crawford should have been the slower, less resilient fighter, moving up 2 weight classes. Instead, he appeared sharper and more composed than the younger Canelo. Hopkins credits this to efficiency. Like Jordan in his later years, Crawford avoids wasted motion. Every step, Every move has intention. You can train your body to be stronger, but instinctive mastery like this can't be learned overnight.
You know, to Sergio's point, a lot of the people that I'm been talking to when it comes to this fight, they're not like, it's almost like the air was taken out of them. They're not excited about even the idea of a rematch, or the subject doesn't even come up. Usually the conversations are, hey man, is there a rematch clause? You think they'll run it back? What do you think will win? Like, people just, even casuals, realize that Crawford, he schooled Canelo, man. He really did. I don't think people want to see this fight. I agree with Sergio Mora.
Be at a smaller arena because people already saw Canelo get dominated by the better fighter, and the better fighter will do it again, even easier and with more confidence.
Now, the world is buzzing about a potential Canelo versus Crawford rematch. Financially, it makes sense, and Canelo's pride is pushing him to take it. But Hopkins warns that this could be an even bigger trap than the first encounter. The legend points out that the initial fight shattered Canelo's aura of invincibility, with Crawford now fully aware of how Canelo responds to his feints and movement. The next fight could be even more one-sided.
You hold on. You keep saying this.
Hold up. Canelo, see, this is the thing about Canelo. He sometimes relies on the environment, the hostile crowd, to also help him win this fight. Not only with the judges, but with the opponent. Crawford even handled that. You know, you can't prepare for that magnitude, the roar of the crowd, the lights, everyone booing you. You can't prepare for that. Crawford was ready for that. Even his ring entrance, when he came in with that guitar case, it was, man, that's one of my all-time favorite entrances.
Desperado. Yeah, it's an homage to Desperado. Yeah.
Actually, it was Mariachi. That was part one. Desperado was part two. That right there, it was me against the world. That was his mentality. Me against all these Mexicans. Me against Canelo in Las Vegas. Me against Canelo and the judges that he probably has in his pocket. Me against everyone, and Bud shut everyone up. And you think?
Yeah, but hold on.
Canelo's going to be able to do it the second time around?
I don't know. I don't think it's an open and shut case as you do. Let me ask.
Hopkins warns that Canelo struggles to adapt when facing truly technical fighters. We saw it with Bivol and again with Crawford. As the saying goes, the definition of insanity is repeating the same action and expecting a different outcome. Hopkins believes that unless Canelo completely reinvents his style in his mid-30s, a feat nearly unheard of in boxing, he could be walking into a disaster. The size advantage didn't help him the first time, and it won't protect him the second.
Okay, who's the best boxer in the world right now?
I'd have to say Crawford.
Canelo said yesterday he's working on the rematch.
Why would he do that?
For money? For fame? To get his shot back? For his pride. He wants his back.
Okay, he can try. Unless he changes his complete style, it's not going to happen.
So you have Crawford in the rematch?
Crawford in the rematch. Corner, when the fighters are even, it goes to the corner. So the best fighter, I think, heavyweight, Michael Hunter. Crawford would be right behind that.
What do you think about Canelo-Crawford rematch? Any different? Same result? What do you think?
Same result. I mean, bro, don't fix it. You know where I stand on.
No, you got Crawford, I know.
I got Bud. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They both don't fix it. Canelo hasn't really shown you his ability to make adjustments over the years. Crawford is showing you different. Crawford is a killer. When it's time to go get you, he's gonna get you. Crawford is a smooth boxer. Lateral movement, stand there, be slick. He's showing you all that. Now when they come up, the upper body movement, no one touches Canelo in that.
Okay.
He's the best.